Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Watcher99, and real quick I'm going to show you how you can replicate a real place with the Create a World tool for The Sims 3. Well, basically you want to download Google Earth, and you want to open up the program, and just wait for it to open. I forgot I already had it open. And now we're in Google Earth, and here's my country, the United States, and here's Mexico, and here's Canada, here's Alaska, Hawaii and stuff's over there. Here is South America, here's some parts of Africa, and it might be, not entirely sure, it's the Red Sea. But if you notice, you can see the whole world from this place. And here's one of my favorite countries other than mine, Canada. Now, I mean not Canada, I'm sorry, Australia. I get them mixed up. Like once I got mixed up. Here's the Great Victoria Desert. And Sydney, I believe, is up here. I believe this is Sydney. See that, like, silver line? I think that's the city of Sydney. Let me check. Yeah, it looks like it. Sorry, Google Earth's acting up a bit today. It's all slow. This may not be. It's hard to tell. Yeah, this is like not Sydney, this is like where all those salt lakes and stuff are. It's like purified lake salt. I remember Steve Irwin did an episode of them like showing the salt. It's pretty wild how that just is there. I don't know exactly where Sydney is. Spencer Gulf. This is one of the Gulfs of Australia. If you click on this, it should show you a picture of what it looks like. Now, if you're wondering how you replicate a place, we're not going to do Australia because it's a very big country. Same with the United States, it's too big. We're going to do a small island, such as Jamaica. Whoops. Jamaica vacation. See if this will do it. Maybe I typed it in wrong. Jamaica's kind of hard to pronounce. No, that's not Jamaica. That's the U.S. We'll just type in Jamaica vacation. Let's see where this takes us. Whoops, it's taken us out of Google Earth. We'll just do Islands. I will do island. Let's see if we can find it. See if this is it. I don't get it. Jamaica, I thought, was down here. No, I know Jamaica's not up there. I think I typed it in wrong again. Jamaica. Let's just get rid of that dot too. I should just back on the computer, sorry. Jamaica island, I'm sorry. No. See what happens if we just type in Jamaica. And it's probably going to take us right up to the US again. Jamaica should be around here. I'm sorry guys, this is becoming like a treasure hunt now. Let's see, what islands are these? That's Perry. RP, whatever it's called. Georges. St. Junior Town. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Don't need that. Why isn't it showing us? Well, we'll just use another island. I thought that Jamaica was right in this area. That's Turks. It's Cuba. And let's see what else. The Bahamas. Let's just do that for an example. Okay. So, say you wanted to replicate the Bahamas, okay, with the Sims 3 World Creator tool. What you're going to want to do before anything else is take a picture or find a picture of the island itself, just above the island, its shape. You don't have to worry about the surroundings unless you want to do a replica of the surroundings too. Just mainly focus on the island. Yeah, this island shape is more of a eagle shape. If you notice, this looks almost like an eagle if you were to turn it around like this. It's the wrong way. There. A bird shape, more like a bird shaped island. The Bahamas. Now after you get the basic shape down with the World Creator, you create the valleys and try and replicate this shape and this stature of the island as much as you can. And then after that, you want to go in closer to the island and really get into the specifics, like what terrain is going to be here and how much water is going to be there. And you're going to want to replicate the little water areas. You're also going to want to replicate every detail you can And unfortunately, Google Earth has a lot of blocky pictures, because it's hard for a camera to take a picture at all. And the Bahamas, really, if you notice around here, they're separated because of all this water. This looks like a river coming in from the ocean. This is a bay or a channel, and it comes in here, and I'm not entirely sure if it fits through here or not. Looks like it could, but it may not. And that looks like a beach. These look like lakes rather than ocean. I'm not entirely sure though what they're considered. But all I know is this is the Bahamas. And you want to go close. And you want to find out what the island looks like. You want to try and replicate the terrain. Then after you do the shape of the terrain and the water detail and all that, you're going to want to try and find out what the island civilization looks like. The cities and stuff, in other words. And in order to do that, we've got to wait for this thing to unclog. I don't know why the Google Earth is just glitching today. Let's see what's here. Unfortunately, this is not working very well. I guess civilizations around this area. It's just it won't let us zoom in. I don't know. Well, what's this? Wow. This is a pretty interesting part of the Bahamas. This looks like a field of some sort. Very big fields. Those might be some kind of fruit. It's hard to tell exactly what this is. But this would be something that you would want to replicate on The Sims. Try and replicate all the textures and all of it. And then you can basically take pictures and look, you can try and replicate buildings. Here's some buildings. Try and replicate this building. To do that, you can find out what it is. You can take a picture of it, a screenshot or something, and try and Google search it. And then you can try and do the same with the other buildings. And you basically want to replicate everything as much as you can. And this is a very big layout here. This is going to be a very big island to create. There's some more buildings. There's some more fields. You know. So after you get it all detailed and everything, you basically just, you pick your thumbnail and everything. And then, you basically just, want to replicate this as much as you can. The Bahamas would be much harder to replicate than Jamaica, because Jamaica's more of a solid island. I really was trying to find Jamaica. It's hard to replicate the shape of Jamaica, but Jamaica is very similar shape to the Bahamas, but not as separated. Kingston. Oh, here we go, Jamaica. I thought it was around here. And here is Jamaica. line for the A is supposed to be the I after the A. So, like I was going to show you before, you basically get the actual island shape. Okay, we'll go over this one more time. So use the Create a Valley tool and shape your island exactly like the Jamaica Islands. Then you're going to do the terrain, like the hills and the paint and all that. Then you're going to want to do beaches. And then you're going to want to do, and click, and then you're going to want to click on some of the pictures. Goldeneye. Let's see what else there is. There's gotta be some more pictures. Here's a picture. So you basically want to get the feels of Jamaica by looking at pictures of Jamaica. And what you can do is you can, let's say, save the image that you want. And then you do the same thing. And we're going to save this image. Basically, just want to save as many images as you can to try and replicate specific points of Jamaica. Then after that, I want to exit and try and find some more pictures. Try and go all the way around the island. Try and grab as many pictures as you can. You don't want to overload your computer. Just grab more important pictures like this. This would be a very important picture because this is showing you a very large view. Let me show you through the. Sorry, I clicked off because that's my Facebook, and I'm not trying to show you that. I'm trying to show you this. Let's see why I'm missing correctly. Okay, and here is basically, this is called Spring Garden, so you can try and replicate Spring Garden, and all the areas around it, and then you basically just want to get a good view of this beautiful place. And after that, you can do this, take and minimize, and you can take and do this. I'm just going to minimize this, and you can take and keep this window open while you create your island, so you can keep looking as you create. And you just want to try and make it as small as it'll let you. Just that way it's there we go. Perfect. I'll go up a bit. So say for an example, we go into, let's pretend we go into a program, okay, we'll pretend Google Earth is the program called, we'll pretend Google Earth is supposed to be the Sims 3 World Creator tool. And you basically just want to do this. You just create the island and say you've shaped it like this. And then all you gotta do now is basically just add buildings, stuff. You want to find a civilization and replicate the cities and the terrain of the island and the mountains, everything about the island, and the rivers and the bayous, everything, and the beaches. Then you want to replicate things like this. You know, you just can zoom in and out the points where you're trying to replicate. And once you've replicated it with the trees and everything, you can click out of it, and then you can minimize it, and we'll pretend we're minimizing it and going back into Google Earth. And then you find more pictures and more things that you will need to replicate the island. Now this is just how you replicate a real island. The program's really meant for you to make your own island, but if you're really trying to make your own, replicate an island, then that's a good idea, you know. I'm sure, you know, the island would appreciate it. Here's all kinds of civilization. So you would zoom in to where the civilization is and go up instead of down, and there's the civilization. So after you look at the civilization, basically you want to replicate the roads with the trees and all that and the game objects, and you want to build, after you go into the game mode, you want to build all these buildings as replicated as you can. You want to go in, find out what all the terrain and stuff's going to look like, basically what everything will look like, and you know, try and replicate everything about Jamaica that you can. Replicate everything about it. It's a very beautiful island, one of the most beautiful islands, and that's why everybody likes it for vacation. That, and the people are very nice there. It's a pretty safe island too. I like Jamaica. I wouldn't mind going there. Now this looks like greenhouses or some kind of lofts or not village, but a small mill or something. Not sure what it is. If it doesn't tell you or doesn't give you a script or anything, then just try and replicate it. After you replicate all the buildings and the zones and the pictures that you saved and the island itself, you're going to want to save it. Pick your thumbnail, the default thumbnail I recommend, and then, you know, basically save it and put it into your game. And if you're wondering how you put it in your game, you upload it to the Exchange, you export it, then you go to the Exchange yourself and install it into your game from the Exchange. And you know, you can just try and replicate the terrain as much as you can. And you know, Kingston, and it'll give you information on all these places if you go to it and you want to go back into the game or the World Creator tool, and you might want to expand this a bit, and then you're going to want to look under the extreme details, like where the wires are and what kind of road do they have. You know, basically everything you can find out about it. Look how beautiful Jamaica is. Very beautiful place. And after you're done doing all that, you're basically done replicating Jamaica, or the island you want. Once you've done that, you save it, install it into your game, and then you can basically have your Sims live there. And you're going to want to make sure, when you're creating the island, first things first, before you start creating the island itself, you're going to want to measure it. You're going to go from this point to all the way to the end of the island to about here. Okay, and we're going to find out how many feet that is. That is 796,420 feet, 21 feet. Now, we'll go under kilometers. That's 234.52 kilometers. We'll go under yards. That's 256,473.83 yards. We'll go under degrees. It's 2.11 degrees. We'll go under meters. It's 234,519.67 meters. We'll go under centimeters. It's 23,451,971.8 centimeters. We'll go under inches. 9,233,057.91 inches. If I'm reading that right. Now we're going to go under miles. Okay. The island is 145.72 miles. That's a very big amount of space. So you would probably want to go with the biggest map, the flat map. 200 probably would be the appropriate size of map. Then you shape it in detail and all that. Now, before you do all that, you're going to want to clear, and you're going to measure it by sideways, and how wide it is. And you can write all this information down on a log. It is 48.56 miles wide. So, you probably would need a medium or a large flat map to replicate Jamaica, because it's not a very, very big island, but it's a nice size island. So it would take a while to replicate the island itself, and, you know, it's probably going to be the hardest to replicate all the roads and all that, and then the extreme details. And you can do one more time. Go diagonally. We're going to go diagonally. This should be the default way of measuring the island, because this like gets both ways. It's 135.95 miles distance from there to there. So basically what you're dealing with is maximum on length 145 miles, and on width 40-something miles. So now that you found out the dimensions of the island, you're going to want to go under the Create a World tool and try and make it to match that with the dimensions, and then take and shape the island, detail it, terrain it, paint it, and route it, and try and replicate the oceans. Then click on pictures, try and replicate where things go, what houses and buildings and stuff are there. Try and replicate everything you can, the palm trees, where everything goes, and what it looks like. Then after that, you should be done creating the island, and then you should upload it to the exchange. And I bet you a lot of people that live or go to Jamaica will appreciate it, because that would be very special to them. It'd be special for me, because I do like Jamaica very much. I would love to create a replica of it. Waterfalls. Try and create lots of waterfalls. Basically, you want to add tons of details. Jamaica's like a rainforest and a nice beach and a city, all that in one, and fields and a little bit of country, believe it or not, and some rock. Dolphin Cove. Trying to want to replicate Dolphin Cove with some rocks. So, after you're done doing all that, you're going to want to exit out of Google Earth and save your thing, export it, and install it into your game, and you should be done. And that's how you replicate a real-life island or world through the Sims 3 Create a World tool. So that's exactly how you do it. Okay, so thanks guys for watching.